Hey, this is LA from lashow. Thank you so much for tuning back into another episode of Lashow's current events. Please hit the subscribe button and notification bell for more. Now let's get into these stories. Welcome back to Lashow. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Yes, today is going to be a current events video. I really need to get caught up on a lot of these stories. However, I do cover a lot of stories on my podcast, Lashow the Podcast. You can find this podcast on Spotify, Anchor FM, Breaker FM, Radio Public, and Google Podcasts. Also, find me on all of my social media platforms and follow me. And you can send in stories. That will help me out a lot. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Now let's get into these stories. I'm going to start off with some updates with some of the cases we have been covering. The first update that I found interesting was a photo that had been circulating on social media pertaining to George Floyd. I have an article here from Reuters.com. Fact check: badly bruised woman in photo was not attacked by George Floyd. This was posted on June 16th of 2020. Some social media users have been sharing a photo of a woman with a severely bruised face who they allege was the victim of an attack and kidnapped by George Floyd. This allegation is false. The picture actually shows a woman who was sexually assaulted in Spain. The post claimed to show the victim of an attack by Floyd and a group of other men. They appear to be referring to a 2007 armed robbery of which Floyd was later convicted. Floyd was accused of being a part of a home robbery by 6 men and holding a gun to a woman's stomach. He was convicted of aggravated robbery, according to news reports and crime records available from the Texas Department of Public Safety. The crime records can be accessed after creating an account and paying a fee. There is no evidence to support the claim that the woman was kidnapped. The woman falsely identified in the post as Floyd's victim is Andrea Siciliano, who was raped in Madrid in 2018. She said on Facebook that she posted a picture of her battered face more than a year ago to spread awareness and encourage other women to speak out about injustices they faced. Her case was reported at the time. Siciliano said she was disgusted that today my photo is being used as a political propaganda. People believe that George Floyd deserved to die. I know this image is graphic, but I wanted to show you the captions that came along with the image and show you the image itself so you don't get confused. The internet is a very wicked place. And that's just the bottom line to that update.
What's your name?
Oh, yeah, that's me.
It is you. Mm-hmm. So you're out of prison.
Yes.
And you're comfortably shopping in Cub Foods. As if you didn't do anything.
I wouldn't call it comfortably. I'd just say getting necessities for helping.
I don't think you should have that right. I don't even think you should be out on bail.
I can understand.
I mean, how does it feel?
I'm sorry you feel that way.
No, you're not sorry. Like, you're literally outside here comfortably as if you didn't kill that man? Did you think that people weren't going to recognize you? Honestly, did you? You don't have the right to be here. You killed somebody in cold blood. You do not have the right to be here.
I'll get my stuff paid for.
No, we don't want you to get your stuff. We want you to be locked up. You're honestly in Cub Foods comfortably shopping. Out of prison. Like, do you feel any remorse for what you did? Do you?
Ma'am, I'm just going to grab my stuff.
This is the officer who was let out of jail today for shooting George Floyd. Or, I'm sorry, suffocating him. You're not going to be able to comfortably go around Minnesota like this. I pulled up the picture. I knew it was you. It's just like, he was there when they were killing him. And it's just like, this is crazy that you're here just thinking everything's okay. I mean, you don't want to apologize. You don't want to say anything. Like, no. Because this video is going to be on the internet. Yeah, he has the nerve to literally come outside thinking that we don't know what he looks like. How dare you? You're not going to be able to comfortably live in Minnesota after this, or anywhere. And you will be going back to jail. Trust. Trust. Yeah, he bailed out. How'd you get the money? How'd you get the money? And you're lucky that they don't have your address. You're lucky that they don't have your address. Hi. This is one of the police officers that was involved in killing George Floyd. He was out on bail today, and he's over here comfortably shopping in Papoose as if.
Well, you saw that video, and you saw the reaction that that officer got. And now it's being explained that Derek Chauvin and the Minnesota jail that he is currently in only allowed white officers to guard him. And this is being brought up in a lawsuit towards the jail by the other guards because they felt like it was a racial bias. Interesting. Also, Minneapolis Police Union head breaks his silence on George Floyd's death, saying the video from the arrest does look and sound horrible, but claims the union is being scapegoated by incompetent city leaders. Union President Lieutenant Bob Kroll appeared on CBS This Morning on Tuesday. Kroll acknowledged that bystander video of George Floyd's death in police custody on May 25th does look and sound horrible. But he said he is awaiting to see officers' body cam footage before judging the restraint used, saying it could shed some light that we are unaware of. Kroll slammed city and state leaders for using the union as a scapegoat. He also denied the existence of systematic racism in policing. Well, there you have it, you guys. You know, the big people, the head people don't think they're wrong. Let me know what you think about this update in the comments section. You know, another update I was thinking about was, of course, Ahmaud Arbery and the hate crime that was done to him. Yes, I know the McMichaels have been charged with felony murder, and in Georgia, the penalty for felony murder conviction is either life in prison or without parole or the death penalty. However, I believe that people should be charged under the correct crimes that they have committed. And what these men committed was a hate crime. So whenever voting time comes around, the citizens in Georgia need to make sure that whoever they put in office will fight for a hate crime bill. 46 states in the District of Columbia have statutes criminalizing various types of bias-motivated violence or intimidation. The exceptions are Arkansas, Georgia, whose hate crime statute was struck down by Georgia's Supreme Court in 2004, South Carolina, and Wyoming. Just something to think about. Let me know what you guys think down below. Rest in peace to our brother Ahmaud Arbery. Look at how beautiful Breonna Taylor is. This should make you want to stop everything you're doing and hug your black woman as tight as you can and make sure she's protected, loved, and cherished. The killers of Breonna Taylor have still yet to be arrested, and it has been 102 days since she has died.
In the Breonna Taylor case, killed by police in Louisville in March. Tonight, the police chief is moving to fire the officer who fired 10 rounds into Breonna Taylor's apartment. She was shot 8 times. Here's ABC's Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas tonight.
Tonight, one of the 3 Louisville officers who stormed the home of Breonna Taylor fired.
Flare down emergency. I don't know what happened. Somebody kicked in the door and shot my girlfriend.
Officer Brett Hankinson terminated today, accused of firing 10 shots the night Taylor was killed in her home, as police were serving a controversial no-knock warrant for someone else. Authorities saying Officer Hankinson showing extreme indifference to human life as he wantonly and blindly fired into Taylor's home. Taylor, an EMT with dreams of becoming a nurse, fatally shot 8 times.
I think it's insane. Why would you want to enter into a home in the middle of the night without announcing yourselves?
An attorney for Taylor calling for the other officers to be fired and prosecuted for their roles in her untimely death. Today, the FBI back at the crime scene, gathering evidence as the Justice Department conducts a civil rights investigation.
And that came from abc.com, and that was from June 19th of 2020. And once again, the officers are fired, but, you know, there's no charges brought up. But we see from George Floyd's case that, even if an officer is charged, they can still bail out and walk around amongst the citizens. There are still protests going on all around the world for these individuals who were taken unjustly. A lot of people have also been protesting in the city of Atlanta, Georgia, pertaining to the death by police of Rayshard Brooks. Very disturbing incident. He was pulled over for, sleeping in a drive-through, and the police officers tried to arrest him. He got into an altercation with them and then took their taser and got shot in the back twice, while a lot of people were watching. Officer Ralph has been charged with 11 felony charges, while Officer Brosnan has been put on desk duty. The city of Atlanta has been up in arms because the mayor made sure that that officer was charged immediately. Atlanta police have responded by calling out sick, not responding to calls, and I'm just going to show you this clip.
The Atlanta Police Union and state and federal lawmakers come together to rally around Atlanta law enforcement.
And rest assured, there are elected officials in this state that appreciate what you do.
The police union saying at a rally on Sunday, morale is at an all-time low. Feelings of frustration and fear fueled by attacks from protesters and by their own city leaders.
We do the job to protect. We expect to be protected by our leaders, and they've all failed us. All of them.
8 APD officers have been fired and or charged in recent weeks, in some cases without due process, including Officer Garrett Rolfe, who was charged with felony murder in the shooting death of Rayshard Brooks without a grand jury or GBI investigation.
What has happened over the past couple of weeks has been wrong. It is time for the District Attorney of Fulton County. It is time for the District Attorney of Fulton County to step aside and have someone and to allow the Attorney General to appoint an independent prosecutor.
Congressman Collins and others accusing city and county officials of putting politics before police officers.
So let me just say this. We haven't forgotten you. We've heard and we've seen. And I will continue to keep beating this same drum.
Brooks has been laid to rest, and, rest in peace to this brother. And, my condolences go out to his family, but also, his children. Let me know what you guys think about this story down below. I have an article here from foxnews.com. Deadly weekend in Seattle, Chicago, Minneapolis, as New York City reports uptick in shootings. This was posted June 22nd of 2020. Major cities in the U.S. reported bloody weekends amid increased calls to defund and disband police departments in the wake of George Floyd's death in police custody. Chicago recorded at least 11 killed and 67 wounded during an outbreak of violence, according to Fox 32. The deaths include a 3-year-old and a 13-year-old girl. The teenage girl was home Saturday night when she was struck in the neck from the shot fired outside. She was pronounced dead at Stroger Hospital. CBS Chicago reported that 8 of those shot were children and teens. 4 of them died. The 3-year-old was with his stepfather at about 6:30 p.m. on Saturday when he was struck in the back. Witnesses told the station that the gunfire came from a blue Honda. Tears are a natural reaction to these tragic stories of violence, but we need to do more than just cry. Chicago Police Superintendent David Brown said, "Let's keep violent offenders in jail and let's revamp the home monitoring system. It's not working." Investigators in Seattle are looking into a deadly shooting at CHOP, the Capitol Hill organized protest zone, that resulted in the death of a 19-year-old male. Council member Kashama Sawant, who represents the neighborhood, reportedly said in a statement that there are indications that the shooting could be a right-wing attack. King 5 said it reached out to her for more details on the claim, but did not immediately get a response. No motive has been confirmed by police. Police are investigating a second shooting late Sunday night in the protest zone. Minneapolis, the city at the center of the national outrage over Floyd's death, recorded 1 death and 11 injured in the uptown section of the city early Sunday morning. Fox 9 reported that it is believed suspects opened fire as patrons waited to go inside a restaurant. They had to have started over here on the sidewalk and made their way out to the middle of the street, here shooting back and forth. Fred Hwang, a witness, told the station, "That's why there's broken glass here and over here, and also right next to our building, there's a broken window." The shooting drew the attention of Representative Ilhan Omar, a Democrat in Minnesota, who tweeted, "It breaks my heart to see another senseless act of violence in Minneapolis. Our city has been through so much, and we must promote peace by putting an end to gun violence." The New York Post reported Monday that there was 1 shooting in the city per hour on Saturday and cited a police chief who told the paper that defendants arrested for gun possession have been allowed to skip jail during the coronavirus pandemic. The paper reported that 24 people were shot citywide on Saturday alone. The bloody weekend comes as cities across the country consider the future of policing. The Floyd case and the recent killing of Rayshard Brooks in Atlanta has strained the relationship between city leaders and police unions. Protesters say cities are spending too much money on these departments and not enough on inner city programs. Police unions have said they felt abandoned by politicians and targeted by the press. Along with all of that that's going on in these major cities, there were 4 people killed and 10 people hurt in North Charlotte, North Carolina, and they're saying that there was 100+ gunshots fired at a Juneteenth block party. That is just tragic, man. Really, really tragic. Also in Chicago, the shooting of the 3-year-old baby on Father's Day weekend has caused a lot of conversations that are being brought back up about the violence in Chicago. Also in Atlanta, Georgia, there were 2 shootings back-to-back within 24 hours at the same Wendy's where Rayshard Brooks was killed. I think that this is a big tragedy, and what we're witnessing here is the tone of the world now, and we have to prepare ourselves and be safe. Please let me know what you guys think down below about the uptick of violence around America. We've been seeing some violence towards women lately that, has ticked me off to the core. I have an article here from NewYork.cbslocal.com. Disturbing video shows suspect bashing woman in the face with a skateboard, knocking her out. This was posted June 18th of 2020. The New York Police Department wants your help finding the suspect caught on video in a shocking assault on a woman. The police department was scarce on details, not saying exactly when and where it happened, only indicating that it happened in Harlem. The video shows a suspect holding a skateboard and talking with a woman. A moment later, he swings the skateboard, hitting her in the face and knocking her out. This just made my heart drop for this woman. And, we still don't know who this woman is. I'm hoping that she's okay. And, hopefully she gets the help that she deserves and needs. As far as this man, this is not a man. This is a clout-chasing little boy. And the internet gets people every time. Let me know what you guys think about this story down below. I have one more story for you guys, and then I'm going to let you guys go. Article here from MadameNoir.com. A Washington, D.C. teen who was thrown in a dumpster in viral video receives a makeover. This was posted June 20th of 2020. A woman went viral this week after a disturbing video of her began circulating on the internet. In the video, which is above, the young woman is seen talking to a group of young men. They took things a little too far when they dragged her over to a nearby dumpster and threw her in there. Laid in the trash, they laughed and didn't offer any help. The embarrassing video and the shameful act of those men left the internet outraged. One social media user who was determined to locate her was a DC chef who goes by Chef G. She found her on Instagram and gave her the sweet gift of a makeover. The last time y'all saw @StoneLover43 on my page, she was covered in trash inside the garbage earlier this week. She captioned the video of her makeover on her Instagram page. In my city, DC, I've been in contact with her nonstop ever since that day. Me and my girls got together today and gave her a complete makeover. Thanks to Mecca on a Mission 1 for doing her hair last minute, at Shalonda for slaying her face, and at Sweet Faces 204, and at Daryl Chingy Eyes for picking out the clothes we brought together. This girl was so full of joy the entire 6 hours we were together. She made us all laugh and cry. I just want her to remember what I told her. You are a queen and will always have a place in my heart. On her page, the young lady was thankful for all the support she received via social media. Thank you guys so much for your support. It means so much to me during this time, she wrote in a post. I just want to let you guys know it means a lot. No one deserves to be treated like I was, regardless of the situation. This situation right now, men responsible for this have yet to be identified. This situation really broke my heart, and it really kind of symbolizes the Black community with our women. Thank God for these women who, instead of turning this woman down, they uplifted her. We need more of it. Let me know what you guys think about this story down below. Look how beautiful she is. I'm just so happy that we can end this current events video on a positive note. Thank you for tuning in to LA Show's current events. I really appreciate you guys. Please subscribe, like this video, and turn on your notifications for more.